With that, let's get to our rundown. I want to point out as we get into this week's rundown that in honor of the passing of Rob Reiner, we are theming each of our rundown topics with a classic quote from a Rob Reiner movie. And in this case, it's "You fell victim to one of the classic blunders." And that is seemingly what is happening with the Republican Party's ACA epic fail over the past week. This week, the enrollment deadline for ACA marketplaces passed, and Republicans responded with their version of eating overdone steak with ketchup while the Capitol burned, issuing thoughts and prayers for the 24 million Americans who are about to get slammed with huge healthcare price spikes before skipping town. The Republicans seemingly have come up with no real serious legislative solution, and that has left all of these Americans in the lurch. And in a final, the unkindest cut of all denouement, 4 Republican House members belatedly decided to sign on to a discharge petition to try to force House Speaker Mike Johnson to bring the Democrats' proposal just to extend these subsidies to the floor before also skipping town. Matt, not a great look for your party.
Republicans blew it, just blew it. We waited till a gun was pointed at our heads to even do something. Look, it's not that the legislation they passed this week, it's never going to make it through the Senate. Meanwhile, prices are going up. And in a month from now, we run into the risk of another partial government shutdown where we're just going to relive this over and over again. I know we're on Rob Reiner, but this kind of feels like Groundhog Day for me. But if we're being honest, look, and truthfully, Democrats are not trying to fix this problem either, but they have the upper hand, and Republicans, we just drank the poison.
I think Democrats are trying pretty hard to fix this problem. They did shut down the whole federal government for 5 weeks over it. I think the quote is really on the nose here from the Princess Bride. The classic blunder here is Republicans have known for months that this was ultimately going to be in their laps. They're going to have to do something here. Their response, as I covered in last week's That's Bullshit segment, was to come up with an alternative that amounted to really thin gruel. It wasn't an alternative at all. People facing tens of thousands of dollars in potential healthcare insurance costs being offered $1,000 or up to $1,500 in alternative tax credits. Just an insane, meant to be a fig leaf that wasn't ever going to work. And in the meantime, you've got these 4 House Republicans deciding to cover their asses at the very last minute by saying, oh yeah, let's do what the Democrats wanted to do all along at the last minute after the deadline had passed. Just absolutely shambolic.
Horrible.